Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Friday, April 24th, 2015. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Dalton Wolverton. Today's top story. In campus news, on Thursday evening, Tarleton State held its 10th annual Purple and White Film Festival in the OA Grant Building. 16 student films were shown. Film genres were animation, pixelation, narrative, and documentary. Some of the selected films included Time Lapse by Aaron Meeks, Rise and Shine by Shelby Hilton, Starting Over by Andy Barton, and Apple Bake by Brandy M. Smith. Films ranged from 1 minute to 9 minutes in length. At the end of the festival, Alone by Aaron Redbeard Casey was announced as the winning film. Visit the Texan News Service website at texannews.net to watch the film. In regional news, the Larry Joe Taylor Texas Music Festival is beginning to wrap up. The famous festival, taking place at Melody Mountain Ranch in Stephenville, started on Monday evening and concludes tomorrow night. Country music acts from all over have or will be performing. Participating artists include the Casey Donahue Band, Cody Johnson, the Randy Rogers Band, and Luke Wade. This afternoon, there will be performances from the Josh Abbott Band, William Clark Green, Bart Crow, Keith Sykes, and many others. Tickets for tonight and tomorrow's events are still available. A representative for the Texas Music Festival told us that some of the acts could be delayed, but as of right now, everything is set to continue on schedule. In addition, the festival will be hosting a chili cook-off tomorrow afternoon, which anyone with a ticket can participate in. The LJT staff encourages anyone going to please be responsible. And now, today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In state news, in Aransas Pass, a police officer has been accused of faking his military record about being a Navy diver. San Patricio County jail records show that Jordan Lusk of Portland was being held Thursday on a felony charge of forgery of government documents. Aransas Pass Police Chief Eric Blanchard said that Lusk quit his job on Wednesday night and was arrested earlier this week after police received a complaint claiming that Lusk had falsified his records. The Navy later provided information showing that Lusk had no dive training and had received fewer achievements than he claimed. Lusk has a bond set at $15,000. In national news, on Thursday in Washington, NASA celebrated the 25th anniversary of Hubble's launch. The company released an image taken by the Space Telescope showing a brilliant breeding ground for stars, a nebula that is 20,000 light years from Earth. Hubble has made observations of more than 38,000 celestial objects since its launch on April 24, 1990. NASA expects Hubble to continue producing first-class science for at least 5 more years. For more information, we turn to the Associated Press.
Grab the virtual screen. Here we go. Let's pull. We've known about the expanding universe for, well, since Hubble's time. And there are a lot of ideas about what is our future. In fact, science is trying to ask questions about where did we come from? Where are we going? And one that is particularly interesting to me and many people is, are we alone in the universe? Hubble has shown us where we've come from, and remarkably, it's now told us where we're going, and it's not what we expected. The universe is expanding. We expected it to be slowing down, but in fact, it's speeding up, it's accelerating.
This is an example of one of these spectacular images that we can get with Hubble. The image that we're looking at is a giant cluster of stars in the GUM-29 interstellar cloud nebula in this region of the sky we call Carina. It's a very vigorous breeding ground for new stars. It's about 20,000 light years away from us as we look toward the center of our own galaxy. And the central cluster here is about 10 light years across. There's about 3,000 stars in that central cluster.
Hubble's reach goes far beyond the scientific user community. In the 25 years Hubble has been operating, it has indeed become the people's telescope. Hubble images know no national, political, or ideological boundaries. They are a subtle reminder that we are a common species on a small planet. There are no language or cultural barriers to being awestruck by Hubble images. Hubble's discoveries and images have been transformative for the public's perception of the cosmos. The images have become a cultural icon, found on coffee cups, record albums, and even tattoos.
Also in national news, a second ice cream company has shut down all production this week after health officials found listeria in a sample of its frozen treats. Jenny's Splendid Ice Creams of Ohio recalled all of its products this week to ensure that they are absolutely safe to eat. This mirrors a similar action by Bluebell Creameries in Texas, which recalled all of its products on Monday. Bluebell's ice cream was linked to 10 listeria cases in 4 states, along with 3 deaths. It wasn't clear if the recalls were connected. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention said that there are no known illnesses linked to Jenny's products. And now, for additional national news as well as international news, we turn once again to the Associated Press.
This is AP News Minute. President Barack Obama says he takes full responsibility for a counter-terrorism operation that inadvertently killed an American and an Italian hostage held by al-Qaeda. The president says the men were killed during a mission that targeted a compound on the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Senate has confirmed Loretta Lynch as the next U.S. Attorney General. The vote comes 5 months after Lynch was nominated by President Obama. Lynch becomes the nation's first black female Attorney General. Funerals were held in Malta Thursday for 24 of the several hundred migrants who died on Sunday after the boat that was carrying them capsized. The funerals came as EU leaders craft a plan to save more lives in the Mediterranean. And a White House welcome for the Super Bowl champs, the New England Patriots. The Patriots won their 4th Super Bowl championship in Arizona over the Seattle Seahawks. Tracy Brown, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, Tarleton's baseball team will face off against the West Texas A&M University Buffs on Saturday at the Cecil Barlow Complex in Stephenville. The Tarleton Athletics website reported that the 3-game series was pushed back 1 day due to potentially severe weather. The games will now be held on Saturday at 3 in the afternoon, followed by a doubleheader on Sunday beginning at 1. Free hot dogs and t-shirts will be provided while supplies last. This is the final home series of the season. The Tarleton Texans are currently 19-18 overall and are currently ranked 7th in the NCAA South Central region. Today's weather is brought to you by weather.com. We have an 80% chance of rain and showers and thunderstorms all day today with a high of 81 and a low of 57. Tomorrow, we can expect sunny skies all day with a high of 88 and a low of 59. On Sunday, our chance of thunderstorms goes back up to 50% in the afternoon and evening with a high of 87 and a low of 60. Today's broadcast was produced by Casey Bergen and Macy Raymer. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Northland Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. Also, make sure to pick up a copy of the Texan News Service newspaper, covering stories such as alcohol and sex offense on campus, the cost of the Eddie Ray Routh trial, and the recent SGA elections. I'm Dalton Wolverton. Thanks for watching Texan TV News, live from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.